Yeah, welcome everyone, Uchiha here. Welcome back to the channel where we're talking about Boruto episode 167 today. Of course, before we get into it, be sure to subscribe, like the video, let me know your thoughts on the episode. We're on our way to 1,000 subs, so as per usual, I would appreciate the support, but let's get right into my thoughts on the episode. So, of course, this episode focuses on the aftermath of the fight against Deepa. Of course, if you haven't seen my live reaction to that episode, which is last week's episode, you can definitely check that out. I'll have it as a card or something up here, as well as at the end screen, at the end of the video. So, yeah. Of course, it's one of my recent videos. You can also look at it on the channel. But for the most part, yeah, this episode does focus on the aftermath of that fight. Honestly, like the first, I guess, quarter of this episode, in terms of how Sarada and Boruto's characters are portrayed, it's a very somber mood, if I'm being honest. I've watched all episodes of the Boruto anime so far, and I don't think, in terms of the tone and mood that was on display for the first quarter of this episode, I don't think we got that. The last time we got something near to that, or even just about equal, was during the Chunin exams, when, you know, everybody thought, well, when Boruto thought Naruto had died and all of that. Like, yeah, it was literally that kind of vibe. So I must give kudos to, you know, between last episode and this episode, to me, it has managed to actually construct a very, should I say, organic, or the word is being lost on me right now. But as a watcher, as a fan of Boruto, but as a one who criticizes it a lot, objectively, I would feel, well, objective and yeah, but just objectively speaking, Boruto has its problems. Anime, especially, I feel like this episode manages to really captivate what I've been wanting to see from the Boruto anime, as a middle ground between, you know, stalling for time and letting so as to let the manga chapters build up. And honestly, it kind of goes back to what I'm saying. I feel like stuff like this we should have been getting way earlier, in terms of the characters being motivated by the end of the episode to get stronger and train. But it is what it is. Yo, I like the episode. It's a decent watch. We get to see Boruto and Sarada really and truly be a bit depressed over their situation. But at the same time, I like the characterization, and I wouldn't necessarily say growth, but it kind of emphasizes the strength of their character in this episode, where they're mature enough to actually, you know, identify that they are not strong enough to do what needs to be done right now. And at the same time, they don't want others to necessarily be that worried about them. So that was nice to see, in terms of them accepting their loss and actually just acknowledging that this is the scenario and we need to do this moving forward. So I like that about their characters. Very strong. I especially felt it was necessary to get something like this for, I would say, Sarada's character. I think this might be like one of the most captivating sequence of events regarding Sarada's character and motivation since the Shin Uchiha arc. I would say there have been on and off moments in terms of, you know, episodes where Sarada's character feels like it could be, you know, it feels captivating, or it feels like you're gearing up to get some development before. But this is the strongest and most like vivid time in recent times. I would say that Sarada feels like she's going to get some solid development in the anime, so that was good for me as well. So yeah, so by the end of the episode, I remember before that we did have some scenes with like Naruto and him, you know, rushing in to check on everybody, and of course still balancing things with, you know, giving some, you know, I wouldn't say wise words, but what you expect Naruto to say in terms about Sarada and Boruto, given he knows how they are personality wise, that he knew that this wouldn't really shake them to the point that they would want to, like, say, quit as shinobi, even though they almost died. We also did get a bit of Orochimaru this episode. Apparently Mitsuki's really, that stage mode really did a number on him, in addition to the injuries he got from Deepa. So there's that as well. So honestly, I thought it was a decent episode and a good way to start, connecting the manga events and those pockets of I guess those spaces of time in the manga which we don't see but are ripe for natural expansion in the anime. So yeah, I have to give it to the anime this time around for episodes like this. So I'm interested to see where this train's little training arc actually goes. Of course, by the end of the episode we have Sarada. Yeah, I found it so funny when they both decide that, yo, we're gonna get stronger. We're not gonna see each other until then. And then Boruto goes to see Sasuke for training, and then I found it so funny that two of them went to Sasuke, and Boruto's like, yo, Chad. So that was funny. I also like the decision for Boruto not to actually, for understanding that Naruto may not have time to actually train him in situations like this, and I guess that really indicated, like, where he's coming from like a Chunin exam arc. So that was good for me as well. So yeah, so of course, based on the upcoming episode summaries and even the preview, we're gonna have Sarada with Sasuke and Boruto with Kakashi. So that's going to be fun to see. Of course, Boruto wants to level up his Rasengan, and Sarada wants to, well, she's gonna be getting Sharingan training. So I'm assuming by the end of this training arc, or by the end of the Kara activation arc, we should see Sarada with a level 3 Sharingan, I would imagine. So let's see how that actually goes. As well as, I'm kind of curious, like, what kind of level up will Boruto be getting for his Rasengan? Is he just gonna trying to get Udama? Because we know from previous arcs that he already more or less, well, it's more unconscious, I guess. He more or less still knows how to, imbue his Rasengan with an element, hence his vanishing Rasengan. So I guess he's probably going to train to get Udama and then add back his element to it, like, more consistently. So I guess that's something to look out for. So yeah, but all in all, I thought it was a decent episode. When you really package last week's episode and this week's episode, this really helps to captivate. I would feel these two episodes really help to captivate the audience, and it really makes the connection between the manga and the anime feel, I would say, that much stronger in a natural way, with the anime really and truly focusing on what makes it shine by the format or the medium itself. We have time to actually expound on those pockets of time where the manga didn't really focus on. So yeah. But anyway, Sanjay Uchiha here, people. Let me know what you thought about the episode and my thoughts. And as per usual, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate the support. We're on the way to 1,000. Also, as I said, you can definitely check out my reaction to last week's episode. And yeah, that's all I have for this one. Stay safe, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.